Okay, guys, help me out here. So, got a little bit of a wild idea. I've been tearing this car down to kind of sell parts off of it and possibly use it for a conversion project. But at the same time, this car isn't certificate of destruction. It's still a salvage vehicle. So technically it is rebuildable. But of course, with the extent of the damage, with the cab door frame, the quarter panel, the bumper, the trunk lid, the other quarter panel, which I think I can work that out. But I've been taking a long, hard look at this thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm wrong here. I must have just been looking at something wrong. The rails are still straight. Nothing's bent here. Um, if you look at the angle, they're splayed out on an angle, so it does look kind of weird. So it all depends on your position. But your crossbar is perfect. I pulled this back just to see, in here if there was any signs of some buckling or anything like that. The only thing I could see is a little bitty crack right there. But besides that, the only other damage is this piece where it got hit right here. This is easily replaceable. You unbolt that, break a few welds, and put another piece back on there. And it looks like the inner under piece got folded in, but that's the only thing there. But everything else is straight. All the joints look good. I don't see anything breaking away around there. This doesn't scare me at all. This is nothing. Now this, on the other hand, this can't be repaired. This is all beat to hell. The latch section here and where the hinge mounts and the doors is all jacked up. But if you follow this seam all the way up, everything's nice and together. There's no point at where it's bent or warped. Now, when my wife's car got hit on the front and it pushed in, actually, now granted, this is pushed over. This is pushed over right here, but that's because the door pushed in and bent it over. That's the outer skin that's damaged here, not the inner. So on her car, you could actually see the kinks where this had buckled and bent up right here, had bent up right here, and had bent up down here. So that's why I said, okay, so that whole firewall got pushed. Not much, but enough so that I didn't want to fool with that. But I'm looking at this more and more, and I don't have that much into this car, but I found a really good donor car on IAA, and it's a certificate of destruction, but it's a front end damaged and similar to this on the rear end damaged, but on the other side. So this quarter panel's good. It's the same color and everything. So I'm thinking, what's an adventure to, unrivet this thing? I'd have all the inners, all this stuff. Componentry, I'm fine. Nothing's damaged component-wise. Charge port's fine. I need a new door. But, all the cabling, harnesses and all that's good. So we don't have any major damage. It's just the quarter panel, right? This junk. But should it be sectioned? But if it's sectioned, then you got to worry about having to, match that up. Whereas if I just, cut the seam all the way around and do like Tesla factory does, they weld this whole piece on, then I don't necessarily have any body work to do. You know, I may not even have to paint the thing per se. I mean, yeah, I may have to spray some paint on the seams just to protect it. But, I mean, that can, if I'm good enough with it, the strip will cover that, you know? I mean, just let me know what you guys thinking here, because, I mean, I will have to take the glass off, because this panel right here actually goes, so it's got the little lip over that, just like here, it's you know, tack welded across here, so I will have to take the glasses off. I'm kind of considering, well, if I take the back glass off, that's gonna suck, because I'm okay with this little, I mean, whoop-de-doo, it's a little crack, you know, it's got a chip here, and it's got a couple little cracks going across it. There's no telling how much the back glass is, but how to do that? But yeah, I would have to take it off. Yeah, I would have to remove it. So I would learn a new skill, having to take glass off and put it back on. That's for sure. Or maybe I can get my local glass guys to help me reinstall it when I'm done. I could just drive it over there like a convertible. But anyway, so the parts car I'm looking at, it would have literally everything I would need. This whole side, I would get this stuff, the quarter panel. Well, that's part of that whole piece. And oh, not to mention, it has all the airbags. So it's got the dash. I could just swap the seats. I wouldn't have to worry. So I would be converting this to a black interior, because these are the white interior. And so that would be easy. Just take the seats off and swap out the interior. So it would be just completely a donor vehicle. I would just take everything off that I need, put it on this one. And the only thing I would be lacking would be the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the hatch. And the lights and devices that go on here. I would have to get those painted. Now, granted, depending on how much this hatch costs, I wonder if this hinge is still good. I know it got bent over and it hit here, or did the corner of this hit? Something hit and busted the glass. Wondering. And how much would that set me back on top of the purchase of the car? And if I did that, so I'm in this one for 17. That's because I paid $13,500 for the car. By the time I got to the house, it was $15,500 with shipping, because it was like $1,700. And then by the time I paid the tax on it, I'm right at like $17,000 for this car, which is literally what I accepted for my other car. Yeah, I literally traded a perfectly good vehicle that was almost not rebuildable, that I deemed unrebuildable, but it had everything. That was the parts car I should have kept. Should have never bought this one. Just an idea. Don't react on emotions with these cars, because it can get you in trouble. And so now I got stuck with a bad deal, and I'm trying to worm my way out of it. So my idea is, so I'm 17 in this. I get the other car for it's $9,000 with the fees and all that. It's gonna be about 10. My tax is gonna be about 800. So, and with shipping, I'm gonna be around 1150. So in total, we're talking about 28,000 there, right at that point. Now I'll still have value left in that car. So I'll say 28,000 plus, okay, rear bumper 400 or 500, trunk lid we'll say about 800. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. So we'll say another $2,000. So let's go ahead and even 30,000 is what I would have in fixing this car, but I'll still be left with a car, with a parts car that has a perfectly good drivetrain, perfectly good front end. It's mainly just the bumper, and the bumper and the fenders. I think the hood might be okay, but I'll leave a link to that car. It's actually going to auction tomorrow. But right now it's a buy it now price for $9,000, which is insane. I mean, I could possibly bid on it and win, but when they're that low, people are going to bid up to 9 and probably go over it. So under those opportunities, just get it. A Tesla in almost any shape or form that has usable stuff on it, less than 10,000. Get it for a parts car, because yeah, all you gotta do is find the opposite damage. Like when I rebuilt Dark Knight, the black long range rear wheel, it literally had, just the front end damage. Had I found a car that was completely totaled in the rear for 10,000, I would have fixed the car for almost less money than I actually spent to repair it, by buying parts separately, buying another car, and then I'd have been left with even more parts still. Or I could have sold the motor, could have sold the battery on it, and been way ahead. Now, granted, I've never delved into that, but the opportunity can definitely arise to where you can make something like that work for you. And so if you're not interested in only just fixing one car and you think, oh, I'm going to fix one and maybe fix another one, that's a good idea, because that thing's going to come in handy. So I'm really thinking about it. And I know that would make a hell of a good video to taking this off and showing people how to do that, because nobody's showing how to do any of that. I know a couple of you guys have done stuff like that, and hey, if you can do it, you've inspired me to do it. So appreciate it, fellas, and let me know what you think. Take care.